I don't even think it was freshman year. It might have been sophomore or junior year, but sometime during college, I read Tim Ferriss, The 4 Hour Work Week. And it was that book, after reading that book, that changed my life forever. All right. Hello. My name is Wes Fisher. I am a school teacher by day, entrepreneur by night. I like to think of myself as I own a couple businesses, I guess you can say. And I guess we're here just to kind of talk about, how to beast it out and, bust your goals and all that good stuff.
So, what businesses are you involved in?
I have a home healthcare agency that I've had now 5 years. Now that's 2019, which I'm really excited about. And I've also did network marketing for a couple of years, well, years now. And I'm still involved in a network marketing company. Don't currently build it, but I like to say I still own a company because I'm still, once you're a network marketer, you're always a network marketer.
I understand that. So, with your home healthcare business, what all do you do with that?
Okay, so with the home healthcare business, like I said, by day I work with people with special needs. So in home healthcare, I work with clients with special needs as well, anywhere from 15 years old to 60, 70, 80 years old. Our company service a wide range of abilities and skills and different needs, but we basically provide skills at home, whether it's light cleaning, cooking, taking out into the community, just having someone to talk to, really just helping people with disabilities have access to life.
Now, you and I talk a lot outside of Anchorthon and everything else. And this year, you really dedicated time and energy to the business, to where before it just kind of was something that was in your name that you let other people kind of run for you. When did you make that switch and why? And then what has happened since you've kind of rediverted energy into it?
Sure. I like to think I made that switch in August.
Okay.
I don't know how many months ago that was now. I'm not great at my calendar, but
No,
was
you're
that
good.
6 or 7 months ago? And what it was, I think, is me and you were working together in network marketing for what going on a couple years, and
Yep.
we didn't have any success in it, and we were working at it and just kind of going through the grind. And eventually, I got personally fed up, and I was just done with it, and I kind of got out of it, and I kind of just went in more of a, I guess you could say, stalemate. I didn't do anything, and then I just thought like I'm still an entrepreneur. I went back to just going to my day job, doing my 9 to 5, clocking in, clocking out, and coming home. And I just know that that's not for me to have the lifestyle that I want my family to have in the future. You can't get it with a 9 to 5. You can't get. I mean, I'm not saying I'm a materialistic person, but you can't get a G5 plane. You can't get a house in the Bahamas, a house in Florida. You can't get all those things working a 9 to 5 job. Even if you make, 6 figures and you're a doctor, you're struggling. You still living paycheck to paycheck, and you still gotta be there to make the money. So I still need a business. And like you said, I was sitting on the home healthcare agency for about 4 years. It was just in my name. My parents completely ran the business, 100% all them. I paid myself a little bit of money per month, but that was about it. But come August, I said I need something, and it was been sitting under my nose this whole time. So I said, you know what, let me go ahead and run with this. And like you said, since then, I mean, we had one client when I got a hold of this thing. Now we're up to 15 clients. We had 4 employees, counting myself, when I got a hold of this thing. Now we're up to 15 employees. So I mean, that's quite a bit in this industry to add that many clients in 6, 7 months. It's quite a bit.
Now, what was required of you in order to expand your business by 15 times its size and revenue?
Mm, nothing. Focus. I mean, like I said before, or we talked about before in length, is that you got to run. You might be running 1,000 miles this way. All it is taking someone who's running 1,000 miles this way and turning their head and say, run 1,000 miles this way. That's all it was. I was running 1,000 miles, that way with network marketing, and I said, I still love network marketing. Still want to try it. Still want to keep going after it. But I say, let me turn my head and run 1,000 miles this way with home health care, and I just put the same exact effort into that, and like my mom would say, it definitely paid off because she was nicking at me for years saying, "Hey, if you put the energy you put into this company, if you put the time, the hours, the late nights, the early mornings, the traveling to different places, if you put that time in this company in 4 years, you know what? I'm kicking myself in the butt. I wish I would have started sooner."
Talking about the late nights. So what's the work schedule look like of a full time teaching professional that has a nighttime business that he's running alongside
minimum
it?
minimum 80 hours a week. I've minimum we worked 80 hours a week since August. 40 hours of my day job and about 40 hours of my business as well. And that's at minimum. And like you said, that's getting up in the morning. I'm trying to get back in the routine and working out, taking care of my health. You got to take care of your health as well. But to be honest, when I first got started into it, it was just getting up in the morning, eating what I could eat, getting to my day job, getting out of there by 4 o'clock, and then from 4 o'clock to about 10 o'clock at night, maybe 11 o'clock at night, I'm either with a client actually doing the work, or I'm doing paperwork to help build the business.
Now, what's the one thing that was the most challenging to grow the business like that? Was there any specific hurdle or one thing that kind of kept on popping up on a regular?
Yep, as we talked in Lens, the biggest thing was hiring good people and finding people to hire. Yep,
Has that process improved at all since you first started, or
it's coming along. I think I talked to you before about the book of the E Myth. I think by Mr. Gerber. I can't think of his first name, but when I read that book recently, within the last week or so, about how if you want to be an entrepreneur or you want to own a business, you need to own a business, but not own a job. You need to be owner of your business. You can't be in your business. So I'm learning that now because I shouldn't have done 80 hours a week. I mean, I should. You're still gonna put a lot of time in on a new business, of course, but really, like when I took a hold of this business, I wish I would have said, I'm not going to spend any hours of myself with a client because I'm going to expand this business. And now I'm running into the obstacle of we're right there. We can take this business to the next level, but it's not really going to the next level because I'm the chokehold because I'm stuck still working in my business, which it needs to change for 2019.
so what are you going to do differently or really focus on differently for 2019 versus what you did for the last 5 to 6 months when you took back over?
Yep. When I took over, I took complete control. As I said, when I took over, my parents were running the business, doing the day-to-day operations. But when I took over, I'm the payroll guy. I'm the HR person. I'm the hiring manager. I'm the onboarding for new clients. I'm the training for new employees. I am the client, the employee working with the clients. I did everything. So for 2019, it's all about building systems. So right now I'm putting systems in place so this business can run itself. And I'm going with a mindset, like from the book of E-Myth, he says to have a mindset of you're going to franchise your business. Whatever you might be doing, whether it's home health aid, whether it's whatever business you're doing, you need to go with a mindset that this is going to be a franchise like McDonald's, which is going to be all around the world. And I need to build it to the point that I can say, hey, do you want to buy this business as a franchise? This is how it makes money. You don't have to be, anything. You're just someone who owns it. Even though you don't need to franchise your business, like the book says, you need to build a business that's going to be like a franchise. And that's kind of where I'm in now. I'm putting systems in place. So I'm going to be able to step away and just own the business. And I'm going to get to that point. You know what? I might franchise it. I'll be honest. I don't know if I can say that now, but once I get to that point, I might think about it.
Be a little bit different. Normally, when you hear franchise, you think of food and coffee. So, definitely
Right.
be interesting to see how it grows.
Right.
Now, how long have you been trying to become an entrepreneur, been in the process of becoming fully independent financially?
Uh, what do you mean? What do you mean?
So, when did you first start catch the bug for entrepreneurship?
Oh, yes. It would be in college. Actually, I didn't do too much reading in high school at all, unless that whatever was told me to read is what I read. It wasn't until college when I finally started reading books on my own, and I picked up a book. I don't even think it was freshman year. It might have been sophomore or junior year, but sometime during college, I read Tim Ferriss, The 4 Hour Work Week, and it was that book. After reading that book, that changed my life forever. I knew right then and there. he had different ideas and different businesses and different case studies of people who literally were putting 4 hours of work in a week and making their target income or their target lifestyle income. Not overnight millionaires, but a target daily income. I mean, I like what Tim Ferriss says about a target daily income, a target, monthly income. Not Don't look at that whole yearly number. Even me right now, I'm paying myself a salary and I'll be doing that with my business, but I'm not looking at a yearly income. I'm looking at a daily income. I'm looking right now in my business, I'm counting hours. It's all about billable hours. If I can increase the billable hours, then my company can make more money. So anyway, college is when I finally got that bug.
Now, if you could go back to your freshman or even high school self and kind of give yourself a kickstart, what would you say or do to kind of push the issue of get started today and just kind of go for it?
I think everything just happens at his own timing. I mean, I don't think there's anything you could have told my younger me to make me go. Because I know I was always an entrepreneur. I mean, I was just like you. I was a guy in high school selling candy. I was the
Mm-hmm.
guy taking my mom to Sam's Club, buying the huge packs of Starburst and Airheads. Airheads was the big seller. It was a quarter per Airhead, and you could get like a ton of Airheads in a box from Sam's Club. So I was selling Airheads and Starburst when I was in high school. And back when I was in even elementary school, I was like, "Mom, I want to have a Xbox, company in which kids can come to a location and play video games." She's like, "Oh, really? Okay, cool." So she took me downtown to the business development place for businesses. I had an hour or two meeting with a business developer. He gave me all this paperwork on how to build a business plan, and I never really, obviously went ahead and did it, but I was doing that when I was, elementary school. So you just got to go at your own pace, I guess.
No, I got you. Now, you being in the teaching profession, um, you do work with people that have different disabilities and special needs,
Hmm.
but home health care is kind of like its own little deal, right? It's not
Right.
directly transferable. Um, so
It
how
makes
hard was it for
it
you?
hard. Can you give me my power cord? This is hey, we're recording. You mean cut that part out? I got it. My computer's at 6%, but
No, it's
keep
all
going.
good.
It's
So
plugged into the wall over there by the kitchen.
how hard was the transition to like starting the home healthcare in the beginning, and then like when you went from like I said part time to full time, what did that kind of look like for you?
Transitioning. I'm sorry. So transitioning from
And
my.
just start it because it's not something you've actually done before, right?
Oh, right, right, right. Um, I don't know. Like you said, I was just telling my wife. I actually have a relative that's going to be getting out of prison here pretty soon. And he was in prison for almost 30 years. And I told her like, the first thing I was thinking to myself, the first thing I would do if I got out of prison and I've been around, I was in prison for 30 years, is I would go to the library and get a library card. That would be like the first absolute thing I would do because I thought about like information is always out there. And the access of information that's definitely changed since 30 years ago. And like, I mean, we always believe the application of information is the key to success. So just like in this business, no, I didn't, you're right. I'm a school teacher. I teach special ed. I don't know anything about, DODD. I don't know anything about state funding and Medicaid plans and things of that nature. But I had the common sense of go to the library. Like I've gotten a book on some material. Now everything's online, really. So I mean, I don't do a lot of books myself, but I just go online and watch YouTube videos and watch, actual articles and read websites on how to do different procedures and how to, get different certifications. So I'm just kind of self-educating myself. But the point is, you got to understand, I guess, as an entrepreneur, is that everything you want to know is already out there. Like if you're I think there was a leader, who was he was doing like a club business or something like that. He opened a bunch of clubs or bars or things like that in our network marketing company. And I remember him saying that, when the economy was going bad, the things that people do is buy booze and go to clubs and still try to go out and waste money. So he went to the library, got a bunch of books on how to open clubs, and I think he owned like two or three clubs and was making pretty good money. So that's it. Just go find out how to do it. You're not going to ever know how to do any business until you just go to the library or go on Google and just find out what's already out there.
I got you.
Let me plug up this power cord. Ugh. All right, ready.
No, it's all good. Now, this last year, I really saw a shift in you where you kind of, because you've always been somebody who put in a lot of action, but I feel like you and I together, at least, because we've been building businesses together, we spent a lot of times working on the wrong things. And I feel like this year you got really good at focusing on the right things and applying a ton of energy. One example I can think of in particularly that I was super proud of you for was passing your firefighter exam so quickly. Like you called me up, you're like, "Hey, sounds like a pretty cool idea. I
Yeah.
think I'm gonna study for it." And then like in 3 weeks, I think it was, you
Yeah.
passed the exam. Never doing any type of research or anything from that. Um, do you think anything has shifted within yourself, or anything helped you get better at making good choices, or where to spend the time? More the
Um.
clear cut path. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know how to articulate it, but you and I used to spend a ton of time going over
Hmm.
the compensation plan for the
Yeah.
business, but then we
Right.
wouldn't tell anybody because we spent 4 days building the perfect compensation plan when it
Right.
already existed. Like it wasn't important.
Right. Yeah. I don't. That shift. I don't know, man. I don't know how to put it into words either. All I can say is that shift of action. We always knew. We always were told in the other companies. Go put in action. Go show 400 people in a week. You're a network marketing company, and you will have success. Instead of go spend 400 hours at a meeting, going to a travel party or going to an event, doing all that whatever stuff. But it was about go put people in front of the material, and we knew that, and we put people in front of material, but it just, I don't know. I can't even, I don't know. I can't put it into words, because even my mind with my old network marketing company, I had, you knew I had a book full of people I showed. Like I
Oh
showed
yeah,
hundreds and hundreds of people, and it still had no success. And another thing they said was, well, just keep going, just keep going, just keep going. So maybe it's that too. Maybe it's just I just kept going, and now I just kept going with a different direction, and this just happens to work. I don't want to say it's luck, but then I also want to say, well, maybe it is luck, but the only way to have luck is to keep doing something over and over again, or keep trying something different over and over again until you get into the right path. So in a way it's luck, but also another way is just not stopping what I've already been doing.
no, I got you. Now we keep on talking about network marketing quite a bit.
Mm.
How important were the lessons that you learned during your time with network marketing to building your business that you're currently involved in? How much of those skills translated?
Phenomenal. I mean, everything. Every single thing. I mean, from me and you have been talking about interviewing. Like I literally, my last interview for my job, we had three people. Actually, I did two. I had one interview. I had five people scheduled to show up. Only one person showed up. I
Oh,
hired
wow.
that girl. She was awesome. She's gonna start working tomorrow. But yeah, I had five people that were supposed to be there. Only one showed up. The next time, my next interview, I had scheduled. Actually, I scheduled five people for the next one. Three showed up. Hired all three of those. They were pretty wonderful. But I was, before we talked, I was doing 101. I was literally, I wasn't listening to my training, because I was literally finding time to sit down with someone one on one and interviewing them for a job. And I was thinking, why am I doing that? Why not just go to one location and invite all 5, 10 people to show up, and whoever shows up gets the interview. Who doesn't, don't. And then condense his time frame. So I guess the best thing about network marketing is, like, network marketing is always about condensing time frames. They want you to go from the basic level member or basic level rank or whatever to the top rank in the shortest amount of time possible. The only way to do that is to apply the lessons that we learned in network marketing.
Now, I couldn't agree more. It's crazy how much translates. And
Yeah.
Stephen Miller and I talked about it quite a bit. There's another guy, Quentin Carlin, who talked quite a bit about network marketing and its success that translated throughout his life. Um, for 2019, though, what do you have planned? Are you? I know you're a Vegas guy. Is there Vegas in the future, or what's going on?
I need to make a trip to Vegas because I'm usually in Vegas every October. I've been in Vegas every October for the past like 3 years, and last year I missed Vegas, so I'm gonna make a trip to Vegas. I have to. I have to. Um, but like I said, business wise, it's just building systems. If I don't get a chance to travel, whatever. Hey, if I spend 80 hours a week in my business for the next 12 months, whatever. But either way, it needs to be spending that time putting in systems in place. So my big goal for 2019 is like come 2020, like I'm out of my business. Like whether Wesley Fisher is in the room with a client or in a meeting, it doesn't matter. The company's going to run with or without me, and that's just my 2019 goal. And I know it's going to happen sooner than later. I'm putting things in place, like type of business systems and different time tracking apps and different. There's a lot of different things I'm working on, but I know it will happen sooner than later. But my goal is if I can just get it to the point that and come 2020, I can walk out the room and I can hop on a plane and I can be in Vegas for heck 2 weeks and no one even calls me up. That's when I know I had success.
I gotcha. And then what are your long term goals then with TCRT and teaching and everything else?
Um, like I said, I'm always looking at what's the big picture. I know there's some companies that I've been kind of researching on. There was a company, people can look it up. A guy, he has a home health care agency. I think he gave away 5 million or 10 million to his employees for Christmas,
Oh
anywhere
wow.
from 5 to 10 million, and it was all based on sorority, who was there longer. But he was a home health care agency. He just been in business for I don't know 60, 70 years. And I looked up the company, and they have that brand or that branch of home health care all over the country. They're all over. There's 20 locations in Ohio, 30 locations in Pennsylvania. They're all over. So my big plan is to expand TCRT as big as I can, but also to understand that I told you before is all about real estate as well. Like you got to diversify your income as well. I know we learned in network marketing is it's an income stream. I want my home health care to be an amazing company providing amazing service, but also providing my family an income stream that I can take and go build other income streams. So big picture, 5, 10 years from now, you know, I hope personally to own a lot of property as well. To get into the investment real estate game at some point.
Sounds like a good plan to me.
Yes, sir.
I'm sure you'll catch the bug somewhere else and want to get going on something else too. And I should be the first person to know about it, hopefully.
Of course.
Now, if people want to learn more about Wesley Fisher or TCRT, where should they look?
You can definitely check out our company website at tcrtcares.com. You can find me Instagram Worldwide West 216. That's about it.
Any parting words for everybody else who might be watching?
uh, I had a T-shirt that I did said "Crush goals, take chances," and that's what you guys got to do. 2019, let's get it, man.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you being back on for the second year in a row.
Oh no, no problem. I appreciate you hosting this, man. You're doing a great service for all the entrepreneurs out there, and I'm hope the people that are watching are taking notes because you were just knocking them down and connect them with some amazing people.
Well, I'll be talking to you soon, man. I really appreciate that.
No problem. Peace.